have those pratfalls.
You can rise to the occasion. And right now, we're going to be seeing Misfits, Larry Lurr, rise up against Forbidden One. With an unorthodox pick here. And with the Pac-Man.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
You know, Pac-Man is one of those characters who I think functions as a trap-oriented character in this particular game. And that can be really scary whenever you're squaring off against just a rushdown-oriented character like Fox. So again, the big thing that Larry's going to be doing is taking this time initially just to pick up on Forbidden One's patterns and then apply that data and apply that knowledge in order to shut him down from setting up any traps.
It's very much also the case of a hunter who is trying to figure out how he can set up all these different traps along the stage while being actively hunted down by a wolf. It's a battle against time, but it's also cunning. It's also finding ways that you can get an advantage early on that can set up stage control, positioning. Maybe you figure out the way that you can push your opponent, your foe, into a corner, and then continue to have them there, and then set up other options that are available to you to KO.
Did you just describe a matchup or Oscar-winning film The Revenant? I do have to ask. I've never seen that movie, but I don't know if Pac-Man makes an appearance.
Oh man, I need to see that film too, though.
Pac-Man played by Leonardo DiCaprio. I mean, his capture of that character was absolutely captivating.
I was going for captivating, and then I went for the second level of Yomi, and I was like, he's probably going to the second level, I promise.
Oh, man. Too many mix-ups, too many mix-ups.
Oh,
right now,
man.
though, talking about the game itself, Forbidden One has done a really great job of actually staying toe-to-toe thus far with Larry. But
Get out of here.
Oh, man, I have to imagine that the grab was some sort of input error. Because from that sort of distance, it's not what you want to go for.
Yeah, that's really shoddy. But honestly, I can see Forbidden One trying to have some fun with it and trying to figure out where he's going to find his fruit, because they each have like an interesting pattern that they go around with and varying levels of knockback. Oh my gosh. This dude got hit by the fire hydrant and now trying to cover up Larry's options, but Larry not feeling particularly threatened.
I mean, he is at a very strong, high damage amount at this point, right? His percent being at 160. But he knows that it's going to take a lot of work for this Pac-Man to actually get the KO. And beyond that, just time. And time is very much on Larry's side here. He's not really in a rush necessarily to close out this game immediately. He has the stock advantage, so he's just going to be playing it safe. I
love the fact that Larry's actually making use of the tools that Pac-Man is giving him, whether it's the trampolines or trying to even use the fire hydrant in some of those situations. Oh no, that's the Nair. That's going to push him out. And granted, you saw this guy at like roughly 200. Like that's pretty nuts for the amount of sustainability that you have as Fox.
Hey, especially, you know, Fox is such a fast character, but as you mentioned, Glass Cannon. Yeah. He's one of the lighter characters in this game. And even though he is a fast faller, he's not somebody who's prone to be living past the $150 mark.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think that there's something to be said here about Larry just constantly sharking. He doesn't want to take any gambles just yet, but he's trying to figure out when Forbidden One's going to lay down that shield and find that moment to strike. Okay, I see you. Tries to cover up the options, use the dash attack to see if he could get the 2-frame, but it was a bit too late. Follow-ups here. There's the back air. Keeping it simple, Larry doesn't have to do much here. Has 126 already racked up on the board, not to mention a little bit of rage himself.
I'm calling it right now, Neptune. Hydrant-assisted up smash coming through. Okay, never mind. We're going cherry picking for days. Great coverage there. You notice that he used the hydrant and then followed up with the neutral air as well, just to cover a variety of recovery options that Larry would be going for. Great usages so far coming out from Forbidden One.
Forbidden One trying to see if he can find ground. Oh. Not going to catch anything except the back of Larry Lurr's foot.
And this is the thing that's kind of the problem with Pac-Man as a whole, is you're getting a lot of these pot shots, you're racking up the percentage, but what Forbidden One really struggled with at the end there, and what Pac-Man tends to struggle with, is just finding consistent kill confirms. Just trying to figure out the right areas in order to confirm the percentage, convert it into actual stocks. And Forbidden One was able to go toe-to-toe again from a percentage standpoint, but just wasn't able to get the stocks when he needed to.
Yeah, I would also argue there was a couple moments where it just felt like punishment was lacking, and also edge guarding was also a little bit problematic. There wasn't a lot of moments where I think Larry felt like threatened. Like, I gotta be smart about how I'm getting back onto the stage here. And when you add in moments where you just simply are there, when you're actively contesting your opponents, that is when options can open up to you that were previously closed off, right?
Well, quick 62 to start things off from Larry, and he's not done quite yet. Again, just trapping Forbidden One here at this particular ledge, not giving him too many options. Forbidden One having to use his recovery option there in order to get out of the corner, only to again be in the clutches of Larry. This is the vortex that we're talking about. He gets one hit, and it feels like he just takes it a mile.
But this is also the situation exactly that we've seen previously from Larry. I played a game against you. I have data now. I'm just going to maul you. I'm just going to absolutely get right up in your grill and not worry as much because every one of these hits I've calculated is going to connect.
Just trying to set up the wall of aerials, maybe trying to stuff out a roll, gets the punish on that dash attack from Forbidden One and converts into the up smash. So we've seen this a couple of times actually, Forbidden One going for these incredibly committal options, and against a character as fast as Fox with the reaction time of a player like Larry, that is the last thing that you want to do.
Traversing through the stage, and now Forbidden One tries to find an opportunity here. He's given up stage control and he's fighting his way back. Larry just racking on the percentage. I would have wanted to see the reflector there, actually, just for fun.
I need to test that out if you could reflect the Hydra. That would be cool. It's one of the things that I have in lab.
Drops down, back here? No. Oh, up tilts. Okay, makes sense.
Just look at how Larry's executing the edge guards. He's playing non-committal, but still covering a variety of options.
But mechanically, he's doing things where he's perfectly roaring right there. Oh.
Did you see how close that grab actually was to snagging Larry? And wow,
that is what I'm talking about. The precision. We've seen fantastic things from Larry and his use of turning his axis multiple times to breed success. Whether it's his setups for RAR and into back air, or if it's for RAR into hip check into up smash.
I actually just can't.
There's so many cool things that he does. I love it.
And again, it goes back to what makes Larry such an incredible player. It's the perfect mix of technicality and game sense that makes him be able to pull off the maneuvers that we saw previously, right? You know, you can go into the lab and you can perfect using that pivot F tilt. But notice the applications that Larry had for that throughout the matchup, how he'd be able to cover another option afterwards with a quick up tilt, and just the decision-making in general and how he would consistently snare and trap his opponents that allowed him to turn things around and really put on a dominating performance in that second game in particular.
Man, that is a treat to watch, and I hope all of you Fox players are taking notes because there's a lot to learn from someone like Larry Lurr.
Is that going to be added to your fighting game history list?
Maybe not that particular performance, but I definitely look at Larry as somebody who is someone to constantly be thinking of when it comes to Smash, and one of the Foxes to always be paying attention for in Smash 4.
Do I need to just go on Amazon and order you a hammer and chisel? Is that what we need after this event?
Could we actually just get a tome? That would be sick. That would be really cool, where we actually make a legit tome, like it looks like it came out of Zelda. That would be cool. That would be so cool. I was holding back so hard from buying the one that we saw over at Hearthstone at the Tespa thing, because they had this really sick leather-bound book. It had the binding that came along the side. It felt more. It was so cool. It feels so cool. There's something about it for us, as in particular as casters, to have that nice book on the side that's full of notes.
You need the notebook.
Great. It's really important. I feel like people don't take enough notes.
Now, what you don't need is the notebook, the film. I actually feel like I'm probably one of the few folks who hasn't seen that film, actually.
Really?
Yeah, no, I mean...
I would think that you and Shan would watch that at some point.
Or, you know, I mean, she's cool, so she's going to buy his opening night tickets to Guardians of the Galaxy instead.
I'm jealous. I'm also mad. Shan, why didn't you invite me? I'm mad. Where's my ticket?
Trying to third wheel on our Dallas date?
Dude, y'all have more than enough dates. This is Guardians of the Galaxy we're talking about. I themed my entire stream around this franchise, okay?
I feel like you've themed your life around that franchise. Are you the Star-Lord of casters? Is that what it is? I'm Star-Lord. Who? Star-Lord, man. I've been commentating Smash for like a couple years now. You don't know me?
Oh, gosh. I have been outside of the spotlight for a while, guys. I've been so busy with all the stuff with PvP Live, but it's also been casting for Rivals of Aether. It's been, you know, studying Hearthstone. I just gotta say, like, everything in Smash gave me my start, but it's been leading to fantastic opportunities for me. It's because of Smash that I found my way over to PvP Live. It's because of Smash that, you know, I have the friends and the family that I have now, and it's because of, you know, Smash that we got those opportunities to, you know, go cast for Blizzard and create phenomenal moments that we will be able to tell our friends and tell all of you guys whenever we have dinner with y'all, because we're going to be coming back to your town at some point.
I think beyond that too, right? It's nice to, you know, cast a whole bunch of different games and then be like, hey, here's Smash. This is a game I really love a lot.
Yes.
I think that you'd love this too. Cross-pollination, marketing terms.
That's definitely a big aspect of it, because when I go to these other games, if I go to the world of Counter-Strike, when I go to the world of Hearthstone, when I go hang out with my friends that are in different genres, they look at me as the Smash guy and they're like, there's something different that you guys offer that we don't get. And they're constantly trying to find that same fire, that same spark